What happens when a school from the MAC plays a school in Southern Ohio? This past Friday, we witnessed a game between two teams where the winner was bound to play Marion Local in the next round. This game featured the Fort Recovery Indians, and they were set to take on the number 4 seed, the undefeated Eastern Eagles. Fort Recovery would receive the ball first in this highly anticipated matchup, but both teams failed to put the pieces together on offense and would punt the ball away on their first drives. On the Indians' second drive, Breaker Judy would pretty much turn into Derrick Henry as he would break tackle after tackle. He would end up taking this one to the house to get the Indians on the board first. As Eastern's offense continued to struggle, the Indians were clicking on all cylinders. Alex Garkey was finding open receivers all over the field, and he ended up finding Breaker Judy for his second touchdown. Fort Recovery would then strike again as Garkey would find Colson Post, who would run it in for a touchdown. The score was now 19-0. On Eastern's next drive, they would pull off a fake punt to move the ball down into Indians territory. The Eagles finally figured it out on offense as they would cap off this drive with a touchdown pass from Eric Manley to Benji Bauer. This would make the score 19-6 after the PAT was blocked. But despite Eastern's touchdown, they just could not stop the Indians' offense as Alex Garkey would connect with Colson Post again for his second touchdown of the game. This made the score 25-6. Eastern would then try to capitalize, but they were unsuccessful. And just before the end of the first half, the Indians drove the ball back down the field, but the Eagles were finally able to get a stop on this fourth down play. And this would lead us into halftime with Fort Recovery leading Eastern 25-6. Eastern received the ball first in the second half, and they looked like they were on a mission to get back in this game. But unfortunately, even though they got down in Indian territory, they were unable to punch it in. And then the Alex Garkey show continued as he was picking up chunks of yards on the ground and continued to find open receivers through the air. The Indians would increase their lead on this drive to 32-6 as Garkey would find Colson Post for his third touchdown of the game. Fort Recovery would not stop there though, as Colson Post would reel in his fourth touchdown to increase the Indians' lead. And Fort Recovery's defense would finish this game off strong, holding this high-powered Eastern offense to just one touchdown. The Indians would go on to win this game 38-6 and advance in the Division VII playoffs.